The world of photography and videography is moving faster than ever, and every year brings new advancements that push the boundaries of what creators expect from their gear. In 2025, all eyes are on Nikon, and specifically on a camera that has been building hype for months, the Nikon Z7 III. With the launch expected between August and November 2025, this camera is rumored to be one of the most ambitious high-resolution mirrorless models Nikon has ever produced. The Z7 series has always targeted professionals and enthusiasts who demand the very best in image quality, and the upcoming Z7 III looks ready to solidify that reputation. Positioned as the successor to the Nikon Z7 II, it's not just a mild refresh. It's shaping up to be a huge leap forward in terms of sensor technology, autofocus intelligence, image stabilization, and hybrid video recording. In fact, based on what we know so far, the Z7 III could be Nikon's strongest contender yet against rival heavyweights like the Sony A7RV, Canon EOS R5 Mark II, and even Nikon's own Z8. So, let's dive into everything we know so far. From rumored specs and design upgrades to autofocus, IBIS, video features, battery life, connectivity, price expectations, and why the Nikon Z7 III might be the most exciting professional mirrorless camera of 2025. Nikon's strategy with the Z7 series. Before breaking down the details of the Z7 III, it's important to understand where it sits in Nikon's mirrorless lineup. The Z6 series has always been Nikon's versatile workhorse, excellent for hybrid shooters who want balance. The Z8 and Z9 are full-blown flagships, built for speed, sports, and professional cinema-grade video. The Z7 series, on the other hand, is Nikon's resolution monster, a camera line dedicated to maximum detail, landscape photography, studio portraits, product shots, and commercial work where megapixels matter. The Nikon Z7 III, therefore, is expected to double down on resolution and fine detail, while also finally becoming more competitive in areas where past Z7 models fell behind, such as autofocus speed and advanced video features. Nikon knows that to compete with Sony and Canon in 2025, they need more than just megapixels. They need a complete hybrid package. The sensor, 61 nm or more. At the heart of the Z7 III will be its sensor, and this is where most of the speculation is centered. Rumors point to a 61 megapixel backside illuminated CMOS sensor, very likely sourced from Sony, the same powerhouse found in the Sony A7R VY 61 nm matters for photographers. 61 nm power means breathtaking resolution for large prints, fine art photography, commercial campaigns, and aggressive cropping without losing detail. Wedding photographers, fashion shooters, and landscape specialists would especially benefit from the insane level of detail. But Nikon is also rumored to be exploring new sensor technology, partially stacked design, faster readout, reducing rolling shutter, and making the camera more practical for fast-moving subjects. Speculative 67 mm Tower Jazz sensor. Less likely, but if Nikon surprises us here, it would leapfrog Sony and Canon in pure resolution. Pixel Shift Super Resolution Mode. Rumored 10.1 megapixel cross-pixel super resolution for low-light scenarios, producing cleaner files without excessive noise. If Nikon pulls off a partially stacked 61 megapixel sensor, it could mean a perfect blend of ultra-high detail, reduced rolling shutter, and more usable performance than typical ultra-resolution cameras. Autofocus. AI-powered precision. One of the biggest criticisms of Nikon's early Z series cameras was autofocus performance. Sony dominated with real-time eye AF and subject tracking, while Canon wowed the market with their dual-pixel AF system. But Nikon has been catching up fast, and the Z7 III could finally close that gap. Rumored autofocus features include 93-point phase detection, AF system covering nearly the entire frame, dual-stream processing for better subject tracking, even at high frame rates, AI-driven algorithms for subject recognition, humans, animals, birds, vehicles, and possibly even insects. Predictive tracking powered by machine learning, making it easier to lock onto fast-moving wildlife or athletes. For wildlife and sports photographers who need accuracy, speed, and stickiness, this upgrade could be game-changing. Nikon's Z8 already proved they can compete with Sony in AF reliability, and the Z7 III is rumored to take those improvements into the high-resolution category. Image stabilization. Up to 8 stops. The Nikon Z7 II offered 5 stops of in-body image stabilization, which was solid but not market-leading. The Z7 III is rumored to jump to 8 stops of stabilization, making it one of the most powerful IBIS systems on the market. This could be achieved by integrating the focus point VR system first introduced in the Nikon ZF improved gyroscope sensors for more precise shake correction. With 8 stops of stabilization, handheld telephoto shots at slow shutter speeds become far more realistic. Landscape shooters can leave the tripod at home, while filmmakers get gimbal-like smoothness without external rigs. Video capabilities. A hybrid game-changer traditionally, the Z7 series was designed for stills. Video features were good but not standout. That may change dramatically with the Z7 III. Expected video specs include 8K at 30 FPS full-width 6K oversampling, downsampled to 4K at up to 120 FPS 12-bit, internal RAW recording for incredible post-production flexibility, NRAW, and ProRes RAW support for professional workflows. If true, this would be a massive shift. Nikon could finally offer a true hybrid powerhouse, a camera that competes not just with the A7RV, but also hybrid-focused models like Canon's R5 II or even Panasonic's S1H series. The catch? Nikon may limit certain features to keep the Z8 and Z9 in the flagship spotlight. But even with slight restrictions, the Z7 III could become one of the best all-in-one hybrid cameras for creators who need both insane stills and cinematic video in one body. Body and E. Design, ergonomics. Refined Nikon's mirrorless bodies have always been praised for ergonomics and handling, and the Z7 III is expected to continue that tradition. Rumored design updates. Magnesium alloy chassis with reinforced weather sealing for professional durability. New 3.2-inch 2-axis tilting touchscreen LCD, similar to the Z6 III, for flexible framing in both vertical and horizontal orientations. Upgraded 5.76 EVF with up to 4,000 nits brightness, making it usable even in harsh sunlight. Dual card slots for both speed and backup. The EVF upgrade could be a huge quality-of-life improvement, especially for those shooting in bright outdoor conditions or in the studio where accurate color representation is critical. Connectivity and workflow in 2025. Cameras aren't just about capturing photos, they're about workflow efficiency. The Nikon Z7 III is expected to step up its connectivity game with Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth LE for faster file transfers and remote control. Direct-to-cloud uploading, a feature increasingly important for professionals working on location who need to share files instantly with editors, USB-C. With PD charging for faster data transfers and in-camera charging during shoots. For event photographers, photojournalists, and travel creators, these connectivity features could save hours of time. Battery and processing power high-resolution cameras are notoriously demanding on batteries, but Nikon is reportedly addressing this. Dual EXPEED 7 processors for faster performance and efficiency. Likely continued use of NL15 series batteries, possibly with an upgraded version for longer runtime. Improved thermal management to allow longer 8K or 6K video recording without overheating. If Nikon delivers here, the Z7 III won't just be powerful, it'll be reliable for extended sessions in the studio or field. Pricing and positioning. Pricing is always the big question. The Nikon Z7 II launched around $3,000 USD. With the rumored upgrades, analysts expect the Z7 III to land between $3,500 and $3,800. That positions it just below the Nikon Z8, $399.99. Which raises a challenge. How does Nikon differentiate the Z7 III without cannibalizing Z8 sales? The likely strategy, Z7, 3. Resolution and hybrid features, Z8, speed, flagship durability, and professional video. For photographers who prioritize detail, landscapes, portraits, and commercial stills work. The Z7 III makes perfect sense. For sports, action, and heavy cinema production, the Z8 remains the go-to. Who should buy the Nikon Z7 III? The Z7 III looks tailor-made for landscape photographers needing ultra-resolution. Commercial and fashion shooters requiring massive detail and cropping power, wedding. Photographers who want stunning detail but also need reliable AF and low-light performance. Hybrid content creators who shoot both high-res photos and cinematic. Video, travel, and documentary. Shooters who value durability, weather sealing, and improved battery life. Final thoughts. Why the Z7 III matters, the Nikon Z7 III isn't just another update, it's Nikon's chance to redefine the high-resolution, mirrorless camera market in 2025. A 61 MP partially stacked sensor promises insane detail without crippling. Rolling shutter.ai autofocus closes the gap. With Sony and Canon toyed 8 stops of IBIS. Makes handheld shooting more realistic than ever, K. Video with raw recording pushes. Nikon further into hybrid creator territory. A refined body, EVF, and connectivity suite modernize the shooting experience. If Nikon balances features and pricing correctly, the Z7 III could be one of the best professional cameras of 2025, a perfect blend of resolution, stability, and hybrid functionality. As we approach the rumored release window in late 2025, the anticipation is sky-high. Will Nikon deliver a true high-resolution powerhouse at a competitive price? If the leaks and rumors are even half accurate, the answer is almost certainly yes.